Hey fellow comrades, welcome back. Today we're gonna be having a match against Ricardo, and this match was an NU tier match, of course, displayed by the Pokemon on the screen. It started very strong and it ended very strong as well. So let's get right into it. My mic quality may be a little bit crippled right now. It's because my mic just died yesterday. I was having a Skype call conversation for 6 hours with WAC. We were kind of planning a couple of things that we're gonna announce very soon, but for now it's still standing. And I'm trying to be quiet about it. So for all you guys that do know what's happening, for all you guys that are involved, please just be quiet. Don't spoil for anyone. I want to make it like a big surprise, but still, he is gonna lead with later on. I'm gonna lead with something that's gonna hit it hard, but he managed to avoid my hidden power fighting. Very nice move on his behalf. Must mention that. Must give him credits for it. And then afterwards he goes to Shadow Ball as I switch out to my special defensive camera up, expecting to take, but he's got an unexpected Life Orb, which is something I don't really face that often, but it is a possibility, and I've seen people facing it. Pain Split, Shadow Ball, Life Orb, it can be a deadly threat if not prepared, but I still have something to handle it. It is very early, and he still managed to push out my camera up, so Stealth Rocks are not going to be up here to stay, unfortunately. Because Seismintoad doesn't have Stealth Rocks, I guess I could in this kind of positions put Stealth Rocks on Seismintoad as well, but it's quite incredible how to check that Seismintoad and Camerupt don't really have similar weaknesses, yet they both possess ground types as their second typing. So that's pretty incredible, because this team does have, this guy has Water Absorb. It is very good when it comes down to taking when it comes down to resistance and team synergy in general. He stays in, goes to Shadow Ball. I was going for the knockoff, actually breaking down his sub. That was actually quite marvelous to see on stat 20 base breaking a sub. I mean, that should not break. Even Haunter sub should take it, but I guess I gave the Haunter way too much credits. I switch out to Misdreavus as he switches out Weezing on the same turn. It's okay, because after that he's gonna switch out to Ampharos as I'm gonna make a sub. I'm gonna take this Weezing as an opportunity to make a setup. It's not even in the middle of the game, so it's probably not gonna be a setup bait. But in a way, Weezing was a setup bait if he would stay in. But then again, who's gonna stay in against a Misdreavus when Weezing can probably not even break my sub? And Ria doesn't have hidden power fighting. I'm probably a Mismage's set. There is no question about it. Anyways, after seeing T-Bolt lock into it, breaking my sub after command, I'm guessing this guy must be special specs, very powerful with heavily investment in HP and special attack. So I switch out to Seismintoad, realizing that information, and then after that go for the serve just in case he switches out to his Weezing, and he managed to switch out to Sock. So that's fine. He does manage to go for Ice Punch in case I switch out to Golbat. Super effective damage. So I guess Ice Punch should have been the thing he should have gone back before when he was going for Earthquake, realizing that it's going to be a much better coverage against my team if I do manage to switch out to something like this. But I go for the Roost as he switches out to his Ampharos, and after that I'm going to switch out to my Sawsbuck as he goes for the Hidden Power Ice. I did realize he probably has Hidden Power Ice, but at the same time I guess I had something to fodder. And Sawsbuck, he's got Weezing, he's got that later on, and my Sawsbuck cannot hit later on for massive damage. So it's probably like gonna be a setup, and that's something I was kind of scared of, so may as well fodder it for the greater good of my team after that. But still, after realizing he's locked, of course, in Power Ice as he was locked back before with T-Bolt, I will switch on the Sock after that, realizing he's gonna switch out for certain into his into something that can handle me. But I managed to switch out to my Misdreavus. Now I'm kind of guessing, after seeing how much Ice Punch did, that Sock cannot outspeed me. I'm not absolute max speed, but I believe there is a speed tie involved, and if he's adamant, he's probably adamant seeing how much Ice Punch did, so I'm kind of guessing Bandit adamant. But then again, I may be mistaken as he did switch out straight into it yet again, so I cannot risk. So I'm just gonna switch out after seeing him making such a switch. Maybe he was banking on the speed tie. It's okay, at least we did manage to hit that Ampharos for some good damage, and after that we're gonna manage. Still, this is amazing. This is why I'm running my Toxic as a last resort, considering that it's got decent coverage, and with Toxic it can shut out Hypno completely if there is no Cleric support involved. Can switch out to my Seismintoad. He goes for the Seismintoad against the Seismintoad. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna switch out to my Misdreavus, thinking, okay, he's probably not gonna go for the T-Wave now, because again, Seismintoad does have ground immunity to paralyze. Again, T-Wave, it's not paralyzed against things like stun spore that of course can still hit it. But thinking, okay, team synergy, let's go. Let's switch out to Misdreavus. He switches out to Sock after that, trying to bank. I'm gonna make a sub and then get the wish support. That was actually a good move on his behalf, but unfortunately it didn't manage because I was going straight for the attack and I tried to set up on it. It's still a little bit too early. Even after the match being halfway through, I still feel it's a little bit too early to make such a risky move. I know Misdreavus is actually quite important essence to that opponent's team. So switch out to my Golbear, but again, he's got that Wheezing, he's got that Leiron, they both can completely wall it, and Leiron can again set up against it. I guess Salzbach did have Baton Pass, like a 3rd generation scout, if somebody does switch out, so there's some potential to it, but at the same time, I guess it's not really needed for me to win this match, even after being Scarf, and I don't know, I guess we're gonna see, you know, it's still quite a dangerous match. I'm gonna go for Earthquake right now. He's gonna go for the T-Wave, expect me to switch out to my Misdreavus like I did back before, but unfortunately he overpredict the thing I did not do, and I managed to avoid. I was like, well, if he goes for the Seismintoad, it's still not gonna take me down. I can still take it. Leftovers is still gonna take me up there, and Stealth Rocks are not involved, plus I do resist it, so even if they were involved, you know, I could have easily took that, but I'm just gonna go for the Surf against the Leiron. I guess I could have gone for Earthquake, but in case he is defensive, he did lead with it, he may have some sort of defensive threat. Just gonna go for Earthquake after that, and seeing the Surf, he may not switch out Wheezing, not taking the special move that well. Surf is here for the stab, and yeah, Seismintoad doesn't have a Seismintoad, doesn't have a physical water move, which is kind of weird, but it makes it for a great mixer, and this is why I don't run absolute max attack. I have a couple of investment in special, but he managed to surprise me with this one, as he, as you can see, goes for the Metal Burst, completely takes me down. I believe Metal Burst doesn't have minus priority, so he definitely needs to run minus speed on that, but he switches out, and he switches out to Wheezing. Now, at this point, I was still thinking, well, he's got Sturdy, he's got Metal Burst, what else does he have on his Leiron? Why did he switch out? But you're gonna see in a second. The final thing he's about to do is gonna be surprisingly dangerous, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out to Proper Pass, realizing, okay, Proper Pass against a Wheezing cannot hit it. Like, this is the thing to Proper Pass. Proper Pass does have lots of common weaknesses, but the things that cannot hit it, and the things that are, you know, keep on going for the unstab, T-bolts, and flamethrowers and so forth, we're not gonna be doing that much. Max special attack, of course, max HP with air balloon on this one. This one is not my specs. It is still free to dish out as much damage as possible against this Wheezing, and that typing of his is what makes him truly dangerous. That having his plus Volt Switch is very, very good. Toxic on the things like ground types and so forth, I mean, can always work, especially against the Hypno back there. But gonna go for the Volt Switch after that. Special defensive drop is gonna make it possible. Not to mention, even if that would have not been enough, I'm slower, so I can still come in with something not taking any damage in advance. And this is where the game really gets dangerous. He switches out later on, and as you can see, he's got Costa Berry. So he's got automatic Focus Sash inbuilt with 30, and then Costa Berry to go first. He does flinch, but unfortunately that was one hex too low because he did not crit me. The crit wouldn't matter, the flinch is just there because I can manage to outspeed him on the next turn, and that's gonna be the game. So yeah, where was I with the typing on Proper Pass? Proper Pass is one of those Pokemon that is a real big troll when you think about it, because he's got lots of common weaknesses, but again, the things that he can take, he sometimes completely walls, and that really gives him a big team initiative to support such team I'm using right here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed as much as I did. I hope the audio was bearable. So good game to my opponent Ricardo. I will leave his link in the description. Feel free to share this video with others. Thank you very much for your continued support, and until next time, take care. Peace.